the thing. It's legal, great, big fancy one. Why is it better? What happens next? What happens next one?
You have link into the denominator.
Okay, you've got limit as h approaches 0. What happens if I were to multiply this out?
We can't. No,
Square root.
Hold on, Miguel, hold it back. Square root of x plus h minus square root of x times square root of x plus h plus the square root of x. The reason that you multiply by the conjugate, and we've like done the box a lot, what always happens? It's this guy here squared, which is? It's just x plus h minus, it's this guy here squared, which is x. In the bottom, we're actually not going to multiply that out. Right? We've done enough of these that I hope things are starting to click. Janaea, what's going to happen now?
Shouldn't the x plus h be squared?
In the denominator? In the numerator? You're taking square root of x plus h times the square root of x plus h,
Those are just canceling.
which is square root of x plus h squared. That's where the x plus h is coming from. So this might look like it's a little bit better. Why? What's going to happen? What's the algebra that's going to happen? Abel?
The x's in the numerator can cancel out.
Okay, I see x plus h minus x. That's really just h. And then? Hector, what's going to happen? I've got an h in the numerator. I've got an h in the denominator. Love it. So now I'm at limit as h approaches 0, 1 over the square root of x plus h plus the square root of x. That, Josue, is so much better. Why? Right now, if I actually plug in 0, let h get close to 0. So I've got square root of x plus the square root of x under 1. That's just 1 over 2 square roots of x. That is your derivative. That's f prime of x. For the folks that went on their own, how do we do? Mostly okay? Okay, good. So here's what I want to do. I want to give you guys the next 22 minutes. This is going to be heavy practice time. Just keep the camera going. Don't worry about turning the camera. There's a journal entry that you picked up on the way in. This is definitely harder than anything that we've done so far, and that's okay. That's good. This is how you're going to grow. For the first 2 minutes, I'm going to ask that you work on this completely on your own. No help from anybody. I'm just going to walk around. I want to see your opening move, and I'll just give you a thumbs up and say, keep going. And then if there's issues, we'll talk. But 2 minutes, get rocking and rolling completely on your own. Enjoy the ride. 2, 4, 8, 11, 13, 16, 20. Alejandro. Does anybody on this side of the room have a TI-83 or a TI-84? The calculator that you use? We're all TI-85. But you use the TI-85. It's fine. Everybody over here has the Inspire. Good. Okay. This side of the room, does anybody have a TI-83 or a TI-84 instead of an Inspire? Everybody's Inspire? If you can get all the way through Part A with no help from me and your notation's perfect, I have a sticker for those of you that are motivated by stickers. You still cannot put it in an inappropriate place or on my body. When you think you got it, let me know. Already on the first point. Jessica has picked up the first point. Loudy is close. right, for those of you that are moving at a good pace, just keep going. Okay, for those of you that may be a little bit worried, I want to find slope of the tangent line at x equals 0. What's the opening move? How are we going to find the slope of the tangent line? Melissa, what are you going to do?
You find the limit as x approaches 0.
Okay, so I want limit as x approaches 0.
And f of x minus f of 0
Yep.
over x minus 0.
Okay, I will tell you right now on Friday's quiz, if you're getting the setup right, gets you on the board. That's the first point. Now the nice part is, like, this is the new thing. Now it's all the old stuff. What's f of x?
X cubed minus 3x plus b.
Right, because I'm getting close to 0, I use the first function, and so this should be limit x approaches 0. Was it x cubed minus 3x plus b?
Yeah.
Minus find f of 0. What happens when you plug in 0? I think you just get b,
Which cancel out.
right, over x minus 0. And for those of you that are like, oh, I got it, the b's are going to cancel. Yes, they are. X minus 0 is just x. Limit as x approaches 0, x cubed minus 3x over x. You know exactly what to do. Trust those algebra skills. Fabricio, what are you going to do?
You factor the x cubed minus 3x
Okay, and how are you going to factor that?
by 1x.
Okay, I can factor out that 1x to get x squared minus 3 over x. And you factored it out because?
So you cancel the x on the bottom and the x
You
on the
cancel. We take the limit as x approaches 0, and I hope everybody's looking at -3 as their answer.
Yeah, I got that.
Jaylene,
I have a question.
go for it.
Where you have x cubed minus 3x and 3x.
Yep.
Can you just cancel the x's?
You can cancel. The only thing you can ever cancel are factors. Right? Some people get tempted and they're like, oh, here's an x and here's an x. You can only cancel the x if you can factor the x out of both terms in the numerator. Okay, so we get -3. Conclusion?
M10.
I know that that's negative.
F of x is decreasing at
Therefore, f of x is decreasing. Where is it decreasing?
At x equals 0.
At x equals 0. Done. Not tan is decreasing. The function, the actual function that you were interested in the beginning is what is decreasing. Okay? You guys are going well? Go for part B. Right. If the question was about continuity, then you'd say, oh, let me check continuity. F of 2 is defined, that limit as x approaches 2 exists, and the limit's equal to f of 2. But this isn't a problem asking about continuity, it's asking for slope of the tangent line.
But you have to have used that information, like you plug in, you get the value for b. And
I
then
think,
for b.
but I don't tell you anywhere in this problem, I don't think I told you,
No.
that the function is continuous.
No, that's what
And
it
so,
is.
okay, if you knew the function was continuous, I agree. You could say, I know it is continuous, therefore, I can figure out the b. I didn't know what the b is. Cancel that. I don't need to know what it is to move forward and find the slope. Okay, keep going. I want to see that first setup. I want to see that opening move. Oh my God, so good. I want to go teach all the teenagers in the world. Oh, I kind of am with the video. of the teenagers that are maybe not the ones in the room with me right now. Right? I want to find the equation of the tangent line. What you need is you need two things. You need the slope and you need the point. So what I saw in just about all the papers out there is I need slope of tangent line at x equals 3. Great, love it. So that means limit as x approaches 3. F of x minus f of 3 over x minus 3. Because I'm getting closer to 3, which is greater than 2, I have to use the other function now. Okay, so we've got limit as x approaches 3, 1 over x squared minus 1 over 9 over x minus 3. Getting there, you get the first point. We finally seem to have figured our way around this trick that Mr. S showed you guys last year, right? The like fraction thing. I know there's a lot of like people are multiplying and then they're multiplying. You have to do this in the right order, right? This is not the trick that I normally teach, but you guys know, where do we start?
At the bottom.
Uh-oh. I heard left, but I heard some people say bottom and some people say top.
Across
9 to the
1 and 9.
1 to the 1.
It's top left times this guy minus bottom left times that guy. So what we should get is that the limit as x approaches 3, 9 minus x squared over 9x squared. Don't forget about the fact that you still have that x minus 3 in the denominator. Jessica? It has to be in that order. The people that are doing it in the other direction, you're always off by a negative sign. Okay. So I'm just going to keep talking this out for folks that might be watching at home on film. 9 minus x squared over 9x squared divided by x minus 3. You need a little keep it, change it, flip it. 9 minus x squared over 9x squared times 1 over x minus 3. If I factor limit as x approaches 3, 3 minus x times 3 plus x over 9x squared times 1 over x minus 3. There's cancellation that can happen, but please be careful. What cancels? What cancels, Brianna?
I said the 3 minus x and the x. Yeah, the x minus 3, but it will be a negative 1.
Okay, the 3 minus x and the x minus 3 are going to cancel because they are opposites of one another. This is positive 3, negative x. This is negative 3, positive x. They do cancel, and that leaves me behind a negative 1. Now, if I take my limit, I'm going to get negative 1 times 3 plus 3 over 9 times 3 squared. Sorry. Negative 6 over 81. How many guys got negative 6 over 81? Okay, couple of folks. How many of y'all have negative 2 over 27? Okay, same thing. Now be careful. 2 things here. I want to make sure I get everybody's brain. Negative 6 over 81. Is that the same as negative 2 over 27?
Yes.
Right? I can reduce top and bottom by a factor of 3. You have been raised in an environment where we want the simplest answer possible all of the time. When it comes to the AP Calculus exam, you don't have to simplify your answers. Don't simplify the answers. Negative 6 over 81 is fully correct, and you get the point here. If you simplify, some of you are going to do it, you know what's going to happen. It's going to simplify to like negative 3 over 78. You have the point here. All that you can do by simplifying is throw away a point that you've earned. Don't simplify. There's no need. Yeah?
Why?
Why? Because this is the correct answer. Negative 2 over 27 is an even better correct answer. But which one's correct? You're going to get here first, right?
Yeah.
As long as your answer is numerically accurate, we're going to say, done, you get the point. If you make a mistake and simplify badly, you threw away the point you just earned. So don't simplify. And I know this feels wrong. It just feels wrong. Don't simplify. Alex.
Kind of went out of pilot of the 1 over 4 steps because when you have 1x squared, 1 over x squared minus 1/9.
Yep.
Instead of doing a cross multiply, I just decided to have the same common denominator.
That's what I would hope you would do. Okay. So final answer though is not -6/81. It is not -2/27. Why not? 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 Because why? I want the equation. And so I was walking by and I saw somebody write, this is their answer, -6/81, x minus 3 plus 1/9.
No.
How many guys would say that's good? Like, give them the point. Miguel would give them the point. Jessica is a kind-hearted person.
No.
She'd give the point. Alex would give the point. I will not give the point. Why? Why? Why will I not give them the point? Jessica, why are they not going to get the point? Oh, you're big tease. Josue.
It's not f of x, it should be f prime of x.
We're already using f of x for something else. I'll tell you if you put f prime, also wrong. Fabricio's like, why didn't you tell me already? It's in pen now. You can't use f of x because f of x is the function that we're working with. What is this the equation for? This is the equation of the tangent line. Bless. Don't call it f prime of x, just call it L of x. Done. All right. Pick up with part C. We'll talk in a minute or two. L line. It could be h of x for Hector. It could be j of x for Josue. D of x. C of x is great, Cynthia. Not f of x. We already have f of x for something else. B of x, Brianna, it's all good. Not f of x. Okay, I want to talk in a little bit about that estimate.
Can you understand letter C? I mean, do you understand?
It's the same thing as
It's the same thing with the yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Over here.
So we just plug in 3?
Yeah.
To the
To the 9.
The first one
to
and the
this
second
one.
one.
To this one.
Miguel.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Remember?
Yeah.
Okay, you're not snapping your fingers at me, right?
No.
Okay, that's good. That would be a bad way to die. I just want to make sure we're on
What's -6?
Wait.
In about 30 seconds, I want locked in, underestimate, or overestimate, and why.
What's -6 over 81 times 0.3?
So it'll be 2 over 27, it'll be 6, 7. 8? No. 10, 16. It's around 13 point something, right? Because 13 times 6 is 18, 6,
Cynthia, if I write over here, can you see it?
Yeah.
I think we need a calculator for this part.
You can.
I know, but
You need paper and a pencil.
I know.
13 point something.
All right. How many of y'all are pretty convinced that you've got the right answer on this? Couple, not a whole lot. Okay, I want to make sure I get full brains on this. Okay. F of x equals 1 over x squared is the original function, right?
Yes.
And this is the equation of your tangent line.
Yes.
The question, though, is how do I estimate f of 3.3? Now, if this was calculator active, every single one of you would know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Irene, what would you do if it was calculator active and I said find f of 3.3? And you'd say it's 1 over 3.3 squared, right? And your calculator will say, well, 3.3 squared is 10.89. 1 divided by 10.89 is something. It is some number. This is not a calculator active question. What?
I
I already said that.
Oh.
But 1 divided by 10.89, we'll talk later. What I want is I want to use the tangent line to approximate this. So L of 3.3 is going to be negative 6 over 81 times 3.3 minus 3 plus a ninth. I want to know, is this value greater than f of 3.3? Or is it less than? I'm hearing some lesses. Miguel, what do you think? Less? Less? Okay. So if you know it's less, then your claim is it's going to be an underestimate. Why? I want to get some hands on this. Why is this an underestimate? Janaea thinks she's got it. Fabricio thinks she's got it. Alex thinks he's got it. Fabricio, why?
Because the slope is negative? And
Because the slope is negative? No. But thank you for being there. It's not because the slope is negative. One?
The way that I was thinking is like, since it's 3.3 minus 3, that's a small number, times the small number, plus the small number, that's a small number.
Okay, so you're doing like some mental math here, and you're like, stuff. This is probably smaller than that. I will tell you, I have no idea what this is as a number, and I don't care what it is as a number. I just want to know, is this an underestimate or an overestimate? The key, Hector, you get the key? What's the key?
Because of the tangent line, it's going to be, even though it's negative, it's always going to be on top of that.
The piece that's missing, the piece I'm not hearing from anybody, what does the graph look like? What does the original parent function look like? The answer lies here. 1 over x squared, was that the volcano? Is that how we're referring to it? The what? The pimple. Okay, I understand why you would think pimple. Okay, here's x equals 3. There's my tangent line. So let me ask the question again. If this is where x equals 3.3 is, right, I go over a little bit more. I go up to the black line, that's the tangent line. I go up to the blue curve, that's the value on the curve. Underestimate or overestimate? Under, because at x equals 3.3, what I need to hear, compare the tangent line to the graph. The tangent line is
Under.
It's below the graph. It is under the graph because at x equals 3.3, the tangent line is below the graph.
So for like a problem on the first one, the same thing.
Yep.
So we just draw the graph and then.
For now, while we're on like the shallow end of the pool with your floaties on, yes, the graph would work. Now here's the thing. How many guys were like, it was underestimate because the slope was negative? There were a lot of folks that were going with negative? Oh, wait, bad example. There's f of x. Here's my tangent line. Stay with me just for a second. There's my tangent line. Is the tangent line going to give me an underestimate or an overestimate? Overestimate. Does the tangent line have positive slope or negative slope?
Negative.
It has nothing to do with the slope. It has everything.